The whole process that it took Aaron to actually get his self-built Hex H2O drone up and flying was a pretty extensive undertaking. An armful of drone batteries, virtual displays, GoPros, and handheld screens. And this was only the third time it was ever flown. Between the faulty gimbal and having it fall out of the sky in St. Martin, he's had trouble getting the kinks worked out. But this aerial footage in Martinique was taken with the GoPro hard mounted to the drone. And it was also before we realized that we needed to black out the camera to avoid the obvious reflection. We didn't learn that until Grenada. And although it's not the best view of the grassy ocean floor, you can still just barely see it as it's getting close to the boat. And this was just a quick clip Aaron got from the ferry as they crossed the bay for a day excursion. And among the boats that were anchored here in the bay, he did manage to get a glimpse of catching rays. These buildings at Fort Rodney are the barracks I referred to in episode 11, but just didn't have time to show. They lie on the south side of the island, below the fort. But having so much footage of the fort itself, I just couldn't fit these clips into the final cut. It's also the same reason this footage was cut. But the interesting thing about the signaling station was that it was used by the US Navy in World War II. And it was built on top of the old mortar battery from 1780. And the United States used Pigeon Island as a communications station until 1947. We ended up getting a lot of footage on top of Fort Rodney. This is just some of them that didn't make it. and then we walked over to the other part of Fort Rodney. Where complete protection was offered in the form of high-powered cannons and these sunken bunkers that soldiers used to stay hidden and protected from any attacks to this island. Looking back towards the west is the main part of Fort Rodney.